bit about sand tables before. Who here has done a sand table? 2, 3. Okay, cool. Especially since they're the ones who are going to be the most involved in this, that'll be helpful. What a sand table is you reduce down an incident to something three-dimensional where you can look at it, get a grasp of what's going on, and you can interact with it. This small model becomes the world. It's just you get to play with it at this level. And kind of get to a bigger view. You're stepping back and being able to see the whole scene. It's a wonderful training tool. It's great for AARs, after action reviews. So once you've come back from a fire or an incident, you set up your sand table to model what you did, and then you talk about it. You can walk through it, you can learn a lot. What we're going to do is I'm just going to show you the fundamentals of it, because one of the weaknesses I have is since we don't have a lot of people experience with them, it's very hard for me to facilitate one without having some people that know what's going on. So by you guys doing this today, when we have the training next month and we do a bunch more sand tables, you'll play very critical roles. So Bill, you have your 3 other firefighters in the room. I'm going to have to use you for a firefighter today. Ron, we're a little short on folks. And in addition to that, we're going to have a little bit of participation from ladies here. Chris, I'm going to grab you, and Vic, if you don't mind, if I can use you. So we're going to interact with this model. The very first thing is Bill's going to have to come up with a size up that he's going to relay to everyone else. And he's going to I'm going to teach him how to get the information for that, what to do with it, and then to be able to give it out to all the other responders that are coming in. The way that this works, it's almost like a game, and I'm like the referee of the game. Don't move any of the pieces on the board. You can, but you can only do that during a break. You'll tell me where you want them, I'll move them for you, and then the game will resume. So every time I say time out, that's when things get moved around on the board. The time will change, and a few other things will change, and then it'll be back time on, and the game will continue. Okay? If you want to have a conversation with someone, if they're not standing right next to you, imitate talking into a radio. So this is also a really good way to practice your radio protocols. How to speak into a radio. Yes, we're all standing around a table, but it's good to get into that practice of, okay, it's red 1 to red 3. You got it. You know, just those simple little things. You get in that mindset when you're doing a sand table, makes it easier in real life. Okay, so the very first thing, Bill, do you have the size-up card that I gave you a few months ago? You're going to need that. Jerry's already ready with his. Okay, so there's a size-up card. The tone went off at 10 a.m. So 10 o'clock in the morning, we get a fire call. We have a confirmed fire on the ground. We're going to put this on Canyon Heights Road. That's why Bill's going to be the first one to get there. So, Bill, when you look at this sand table, you can gather information from here. And I've given you some current conditions and basic information on this board here. So I'm going to give you an undetermined amount of time. Sorry. And you're going to have to fill out your size-up card as quickly as possible using the information off this board and what you see on this table. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Okay. Once I call time, we are going to be game on. So you are going to take whatever information that you have on your card and you are going to give dispatch a size-up. So you would pretend to get on the radio, you'd be red 15 to SOCOM, okay. And I'll be SOCOM.
The fire is within the red.
The fire area is designated by the red, yes. Do you have any other questions about what you see on this table or here before we start?
What's that other court? Is that a road?
That is a road.
That's Canyon Heights Road.
Yep, that's a road.
Okay.
You ready?
All right.
You understand? The first thing you're doing is filling out the card. You want something to write on here?
No, just, okay.
I'm going to make it easy for you.
I'll just, you want to actually fill out the card, or do you want me to just?
I do. And begin.
Okay, incident name, let's call it Canyon Heights South.
Call it Canyon Fire. Be short and sweet.
Date, 20. 9/20. I see at this point is me. Latitude and longitude. Whatever. Directions to fire. From Highway 78. North on Siloam. To McDowell, right to Canyon Heights.
Okay, I'm not going to give you a lot of time on this, Bill, so you're going to have to move really fast on the rest of it.
Okay. Fuel's burning. Fuel burning would be, I would say, the cedar trees are what's burning. Okay. Well, no, I would say with a 4-foot flame, we're still burning grass, but that's a little confusing with the fact we just had rain.
I didn't say anything about rain.
Well, but there said we had thunderstorms the night before.
That doesn't mean rain.
Okay.
Yeah, true. Here, it doesn't necessarily mean it every day.
Okay, so really then, based on the 4-foot flame, I would scratch out cedars and put grass. Weeds. Okay. I would say that it is running. I wouldn't say running. I'm going to change that to creepy. Flag length, 4 feet. Position on slope. Really, top. I'll say middle, really middle, and you have to kind of help me define this because it's really on the bottom 1/3, it's on the top 1/3, and it's in the middle.
Don't get hung up on details.
Okay.
You're about to get called out here.
Percent slope. Wind direction would be northeast.
And time in, game on. Red 1 to red 15, you copy?
Copy.
What's the situation up there? What's my size up?
We're on Canyon Heights Road, just about a quarter mile from McDowell. We got a grass fire, 4-foot high flames.
Red,
I'm the
this is
only
red
one here.
3.
Stand by, red 3. I'm getting a size up. That's good. That's good.
The direction is northeast at 3 to 5 miles an hour. There's a slope with a kind of flat top on it, about 4 acres that are on fire. It's basically grass at this time. There are cedar trees, but they haven't ignited yet. Spread potential is, I would say, moderate. At risk,
And your radio just cut out.
Wait a minute, we gave you the battery.
He's got a new battery. The radio cut out. You just came into contact with the end of how long your radio will transmit before you have to let off on the key.
Okay.
You have to stop every once in a while. My recommendation is every third on this piece of paper.
Right.
Say break. Take your finger off the key and start over.
Okay, break. Red 15 to red 1 again.
This is red 1, go ahead.
There is on the what he said on the I can't think of his windward or lee. The direction. There's a home at 3885 Canyon Heights that is just below the fire at this time. That's upwind from the fire.
Do you have a structure on fire? Is that what I heard?
No structure on fire. There's a structure in the proximity of where the fire is.
Okay, copy that. We have one structure that is threatened.
Yes. Okay.
Chime in here. You're talking on the radio.
Okay,
What are you
there's
doing?
Red 1, this is Red 3 en route to the firehouse, 10 minutes out.
Copy that. Red 1 to red 15.
red 15.
What other resources are you going to need on scene?
We need, at this point, we would need engine 1, the tender, and soon we have a brush truck that's working.
We have what we have today.
And engine 1 and the tender.
Okay, copy that. Engine 1 and the tender. Break with 15. Red 1 or red 3?
This is Red 3.
Okay, I'm going to need you to grab engine 1 when you arrive.
10-4.
Red 16 to red 1,
This is red 1. Go ahead.
en route fire department.
Copy that.
Red 5, red 1.
This is red 1. Go ahead.
Red 5 to red 1, red 5 en route to fire station.
Copy that. Break with red 5. Back to red 3. Copy.
This is Red 3, copy.
Okay, you got 2 other personnel head your way. Pick up either one of them and roll that truck.
10-4.
Okay. Time?
Changing time.
Here you go, Terry.
Oh, okay.
And actually, Ron, you got there first. So you two are at the fire station, and you are warming up a truck according to the SOPs. You've got the door.
Was that it? Tender 1, I kind of lost.
No, you're engine 1.
Engine 1.
Engine 1.
Oh, tender 2, okay. No, engine
Tender
1.
1.
I still need to figure out which is which, so.
Don't worry about it. Right now, you've got engine 1 with 1 on board.
Okay.
Okay?
And what are those buildings there?
That's a structure. Those are
Oh,
structures.
where's the firehouse?
Well, we're going to put you.
Firehouse is
right here.
In here? Okay.
So you. It's all right. So we've got red 1, red 5 for today. So red 3 and red 5 are at the station, have picked up the truck, and are now on the road. So you need to first tell red 15 that, because he's on scene, and then tell him that you are here and where would you like to be placed according to the IC. You understand?
Kind of, okay. Red 3 to red 15.
Okay, we're back time in, so game's playing.
Okay.
Red 15, go ahead, red 3.
This is, I am in engine 1 en route with, what is it called?
Red 5.
With red 5. Oh, okay. En route with red 5. I'm asking where I should go, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Would like directions to the black.
Where do you want?
Okay, come up for Canyon Heights Road,
Okay.
and when you get to 3885 Canyon Heights, turn in the driveway. Okay.
You don't move stuff on the table.
I don't?
Nope.
Oh.
He is relaying instructions to you. We'll do a timeout and move all
Oh,
the pieces.
okay, I'm sorry, okay.
It's okay.
Okay, and when you pull in the driveway at 3885, okay, come just to near where the structures are, and park at this point. Okay,
Okay,
and it's right now. Let me just say something,
Timeout?
not necessarily for the radio. Right at this point in time, we do have a light wind. We got a 4-foot flame, which would indicate that it's still a grass fire, and the wind is the direction of the wind is, I would say, the fire is not threatening these structures. Okay, and I would bring the fire truck and the fires in somewhere in this area here and work toward the fire. The fire should be moving in this direction, the direction of the wind, both uphill and with the wind. Okay, and I would say our approach at this point would be in this area here because that's what's closest to the structure, but we cannot forget what's going on over here, but we have to keep our eye on it, but the wind should be moving it this way.
With that tactic, you kill your firefighters. That's what this class today was designed to repair. Okay, with timeout, this engine has come up. You have briefed Terry and her crew, and you have put them here. Okay, so they're now engaged with the fire. Time in. Red 1 to red 16.
Red 16?
Are you at station?
Yes.
60 seconds out. I get there, grabbing you with a tender. If you can hand me a tender for that side now. Tank truck. Thank you. Break with 15, red 1 to, or break with 16, red 1 to red 15.
Route 15, go ahead.
Okay, we're at the station. We've got tender heading your way.
Okay. Good for.
Game still playing. Take action with the forces you have.
Okay, this group here, I would have the hoses out and prior to death. And again, the fire was moving in this direction. Okay. Now, what we didn't say, time out. What we didn't say is this unburned or black.
What do you think?
I would say it's unburned.
It's unburned.
Okay. So, I'm assuming what you're saying is you're putting these people in jeopardy because they're not in the black. And if the wind were to change, then they would be in trouble because the fire would be coming toward them.
Yes, yes. You did pay attention at the last class, yes. Unfortunately, without the class I was going to do today, that's where some of the issues are going to run with. But what you've got going on is fine, so far.
Okay.
My hair's on fire and it's screaming back.
remember that, he was on TV.
Okay, we'll bring you.
Yep.
Who had the
Part of the
tender?
sand table.
This is the tender.
Jerry, red 16, you have the tender?
Red 16.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Bring the tender in here to park it on Canyon Heights Road, right at.
Hey, are you in charge here? Are you in charge here?
I am.
Are you in charge here?
am.
I got cows. Don't you see the cows? What are you doing to protect my cows? I don't care about that house. I've got $30,000 in beef there. What are you going to do about it?
Well, I probably will take care of this $100,000.
I don't care about that house. She can replace the house. I can't replace the cows. If my cows are gone, my kids don't eat. Are you going to feed my
What
kids?
about my house? You gotta save my house. The fire's gonna turn. I don't know what it's gonna do. What?
What are you gonna do about the cows?
I quit.
Red 1 to red 15.
I am not gonna do anything about the cows.
You're not gonna do anything about the
We're going
cows?
to- no.
Okay, well, tell you what, then I'll take care of myself. You just stay out of my way. I will handle my
Red
cows.
five.
We
Stay out of
proceed
my
to
way.
take care of the fire, you stay out of our way.
fire? What's going on?
Joe, look up the horses, bring the lever action if you need to.
we're,
What are you gonna do about my house? My house is gonna
moving
burn.
engine 1 back
Just like
toward
they
the
did in the last
structures
episode of Bonanza.
at this
Excuse
time.
me, sir.
Copy that. Are you going into structure protection mode?
You're endangering the life.
What are you gonna do about the
unknown at this
house?
time.
My house is gonna burn.
Okay, can you get over the IC and have
Tell
them
me
give
what
you
you're
a
gonna do
call?
about my
It's
animals.
not a
Right.
priority at this
What are you gonna
time.
do?
But how do I know
Do
that?
anything if you have to stand here arguing.
Because I'm telling you.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna get to until you know what you're gonna do.
See 13?
Are you gonna try to?
You're right.
Red 15, red
We
5.
will change our attack.
All right.
Okay,
All right, I
okay,
just gotta
good.
know.
You
Red
guys
five,
take care
red
of it.
15.
I'm gonna take care of myself.
Red 5, red 15.
I'm gone.
In danger.
Red 5, go ahead.
I can do whatever.
Roger,
damn
we're
well
moving
please.
back in
This
engine
is
1
still
toward the
America.
structures. Do you
If
want
I
us to
wanna
go
do
into
that, I will
structure
get my animals.
protection mode?
Very well.
Say again.
Do you want us, we're moving red engine 1 back toward the structures. Do you want us to go into structure protection mode?
Yes, I do.
Roger. Red 1, red 5, red 1. Did you copy that?
I did copy, thank you. We'll be on scene momentarily. Show the tender on scene with myself and red 16.
And now,
Back there?
And that one's back. Okay, so you've got all your forces back at the house.
right.
Where's the passion? Bring it, give another earful.
But sir, you're not doing anything for my house. What about my house and my
It is your
barns and?
Ma'am, I'm the
Look
fire
out the
chief.
mammy.
Let me talk to you. You've got this fire bill, it's all yours, I'll take care of her. Sir, why don't you come over here and have a
No, I'm
conversation?
done. I just want to get my ranchers, because we're gonna come and get our cows.
Okay.
In any way we can.
Conversation with just the landowner. Ma'am, it's gonna be okay, your house is gonna be fine. You guys are still playing, keep it motion. We're gonna take care of your house, we'll take care of that for you, don't worry about it. The fire is not moving in this direction, and we have plenty of resources. to-
Red 5, red 15.
Go ahead.
You want us to start a hose line?
Thank you very much.
Okay, if you need anything, you come and talk to me, and we'll take care of it.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right. All right, Bill, I took care of the residents for you for the time being. What do you got going on for us for resources? What do you need?
Okay, we would, other resources.
Do you have enough resources on this fire to handle this?
No. What we
Okay.
could do is have a mutual aid, SOCOM for mutual aid, whether it be, hopefully it would be Beulah perhaps, they're the closest.
Doesn't matter. What do you want? I don't care where it comes from. What do you want personally? What kind of engine? How many crews? What do you want?
Okay, what I want is I want two engines and a tender.
2 engines and a tender. I'll take care of that resources. You continue moving your people. Is that fair enough?
All right,
Is there anything else you need?
probably, but I can't think of it.
Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna get moving.
Okay, I'm gonna call it timeout.
Time?
Okay. These are now ranch pickup trucks. My cattle are here. And we are now going across because nobody addressed my concern.
Nobody even talked to you, man.
No,
Yeah.
I said, fine, then I'm gone. Now you got another problem because we're going out there to save my property.
Okay, we might not even see you on the road. Put them out here. They're out in the field driving around.
We're on the drill, we're just coming out. So now you got that situation.
Okay, is that all you wanted to add?
That's it, time in. Now
Okay,
you got,
time in.
you got civilians out on the field.
You see them now. What do? I'm having a conversation with dispatch, which I was going to do instead of talking to myself, so we won't do that. But, all right, Bill, you've got 2 Type 6 engines and a 1,500-gallon tender heading your way. ETA 45 minutes. And we're probably about right here.
Red 15, red 5.
Red 5, go ahead.
See civilian vehicles out to the south of the south edge of the fire. You might want to call the sheriff office to come in for access and crowd control.
10-4. Red 15 to SOCOM. We
Is
have,
this SOCOM? Go ahead.
we have ranchers' vehicles approaching the fire without protection due to their cows being in the vicinity. Could you please send a sheriff's deputy to control that, please?
Copy that. We have one LEO that's probably 5 minutes away. Do you need any more than that?
You might send 2.
Copy that. We will send sheriff's office and state patrol.
Thank you.
Okay, time out. Where we're at right here, what do you see? And what did you learn? Terry, go.
Well, I don't like where I am. I would much rather be here. And if there's enough burnt to get in the black, I would like to get in the black and then unroll, put out my progressive hose. Is that what it's
Progressive.
Okay, I obviously don't, I did my best to talk the ranchers not to doing anything, and I obviously don't like that being out there.
Okay, just your observation. So you don't like where you were positioned.
All right.
Okay, Vic, what do you got? Just give me some feedback of what, anything you see.
Well, where are my cattle actually at? Are
They
they
could be-
running here? Are they running there? Because that's going to make a big difference. If I roll up and I've got cows that are grazing right here and it's moving that way, that's going to make me a lot more upset than if they're over here and they're running away. Then I'm not going to be as concerned.
Okay.
So we're just, assuming the worst. The worst. And of course, the situation is, it's like, we don't give a damn about your cattle. So
That pisses you off,
It
yeah.
pisses me off because I'm a big contributor, and the more money I make on my cattle, the more money you're going to get for your department. And if I lose one single cow, for every loss I incur is going to affect how much you're going to get from me. So instead of having some consideration of, okay, we'll do what we can, this is what we can do, that's what I need to hear as a rancher, as somebody who's out here with, because my cattle are important, just as important as your house.
Of course. That's what I wanted to hear right there.
Right.
Ron,
We don't have enough people.
don't have enough people or resources, okay? Chris, anything you just notice or? No? Okay. Jerry?
I'd like to see a brush truck out here.
Okay. We don't have a brush truck right now. What you
Right.
like to see and what happens sometimes aren't the same.
Absolutely.
Okay, Bill, what do you got? You should have a long list for me.
Okay. Where I am here with this is 2 things. 1, we're waiting for mutual aid. 2, and in protecting the house as we wait. As Terry talked about, we're also keeping our eye on here. If this is grass, 4-foot flames, okay? It's moving along at a pretty good rate with the wind. So by now, as Terry talked about, we should have some black here.
Inside of that red line, sure.
No, well, okay, this is where it started. This is the part that has burned or is burned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but rather than driving right up here and parking there in the black, supposedly that we think is good, based on the possibility of a wind change, okay, until we get enough black, we have to get, 100 feet of black or something like that before we can consider ourselves safe if we had a wind change?
Well, if you're in the black, that's a good safety zone. And depending on, how big does your safety zone have to be? If it's 4-foot flames, how big? Do you remember the numbers I gave you?
I would say,
Do you remember the ratio?
no,
It was 4 times the height of the flames.
I was gonna say about 20, so 4 times would be 16.
16 feet. That's not a lot of space, right? That's not, so that's pretty easy to get.
Right, so I would say by now, we should have that here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This right here, hold the comments for a second, Jerry. This illustrates why we need to have more training. This demonstrates how most volunteer departments respond to fires. I'm not knocking it. They're doing the best they can, the best they know how. You took a defensive position because you're apprehensive about being aggressive and engaging a fire. And you don't know how to actually attack a fire. That's what today's class was going to be about. If we had done the class that I had intended, you would have known exactly what to do. So I can't expect you to, and I don't. Going defensive in this particular scenario helps no one. It doesn't help the resident, her house, it doesn't help the cattleman and his cattle, and it doesn't help anyone else on the ranch because the fire is still burning the whole time. We spent half hour in condensed time in attacking this without making any progress whatsoever. Okay? I'm not knocking you, man. I'm really not. I'm not being critical. I'm just trying to explain how the lack of effective tactics have destroyed our ability to function. And every department suffers from this because very few of them have good tactics.
Okay,
and that's what we're going to
now
change.
let me ask you this.
Okay.
Okay, let's,
Hold on, Billy. Jerry has
I was
something
going to
first.
propose that what we want to do is take this and run along here as we did with a firefighter with a hose out here.
Running attack.
Running attack. And we're
That's a
coming
good
from
idea.
downwind so that we're less threatened if there's something going on.
okay, now,
Hold right there.
are you in the black or are you
In the black.
I don't care. You can be either place here. That's a good idea. That's a suggestion for how this should be fought. Don't rely on your own suggestions until you take the class we were supposed to have today. Like I say, that class would answer most of the questions that everybody has. No one out here knows how to fight fire. It's just confusion. And Bill was feeling it because he was in the hot seat, but he did a good job. He handled it.
Well, again, if we could, it'd be a lot easier to make up the strategy if we knew what this black was.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. It doesn't matter.
Well, shouldn't I be, let's say we got there, the fire just started, okay, and we don't have much black yet. This is all unburned, okay? Well, I would hesitate to put our fire truck in the unburned, where it's not black, okay? Because if we had a fire close by here and we had a wind change, the fire very easily could
Comes
jump
right
over
at
to
you.
where we are.
Yep. Well, look at this. This red line represents something that moves, okay?
Yeah.
With our wind direction and everything else, what's going to happen is it's going to be a backing fire going this way. Very slow, okay? On this side, my hand angle doesn't change. That's the way the wind is blowing the fire over. So this end of the fire, from here to right here, is going to be moving much faster, okay? But that is just the tactics that I'm going to teach. We will be able to address that. The other part is you relay a lot of extraneous information that we don't need. When you're asking for resources, well, I'd like one from Beulah, I'd like this, I'd like that. Don't. Just say, I want this many engines, this many tenders. I don't care where they come from, as long as they're coming. And it's dispatch's job to find you the closest resource. You don't have to ask for it, they'll do that for you. And this card should have been your cheat sheet. This is what you should have used line by line to make it easier and quicker to relay the information. That is your cheat sheet. And by filling it out quickly and completely, all you have to do is read off the card. It makes it idiot-proof for the radio work. And if you read up, let me just give you an example. If I was reading this off, Red 1 to SOCOM, stand by for a size up on the Canyon Flyer. They come back, go ahead. Okay, the IC will be Joe Dijak. I do not have a legal description. Directions to fire, Highway 78, north on Siloam to McDowell, right turn onto Canyon Heights Road to the address. Were you giving it for an address?
It'd be left turn onto Canyon.
Left turn onto Canyon.
On the McDowell and left turn.
All right. Size, 4 acres. Fuels burning. Grass with some juniper. Characteristics of fire, creeping. Flame length, 4 feet. Position on slope, middle. Break. Wind direction, northeast, 3 to 5. Gust to 8. Spread potential, moderate, 6 to 10 acres. Values at risk, we have 1 home and a herd of cattle. Break. Hazards, we have livestock in the area. Additional resources needed on scene. 2 Type 6 engines, 1 tender. That is the size of it. That's how quick that should go. And it's quick, not because I know what I'm doing, because I'm reading off a dummy card. Same thing as an actor would do. So use the tools that these are meant to be. That's what this card is for. Okay, does that make sense? And does that help you? Now, you used your resources really well. You took care of them. You pulled people back because you were unsure of making an engagement on that fire. That's a good thing. What that means is you're taking care of your people before you do anything else. And that's what I like to see. So that's a big positive on your side. You didn't get aggressive without the resources to back it up. Or the tactics and information that you need. When we do this again at the next training, the people who go in the hot seat are going to be aggressive because they're going to have a new tool in their toolbox. And they're going to be able to hammer this fire. Okay? All right. That was just a quick little example of how to run one of these. And we're done. So, fun. Are you okay then? Good job. We'll get you a new card. Yeah. You did a good job. All right.
Having to actually be there, and without actually having to be there.
And I don't think that's the end of the video, I guess. But there we go.
Thank you.